World. This is Lucia Arden. This is an emergency message to the leaders across the nations. All our leaders, you're chosen by God, each leader, chosen by God to do the work to save your countries. This is a letter that I wrote for applying to Oxford University and seeing the terrible war with Palestine and Hamas and Israel. Today, in a globalized world of geopolitical powers, it is paramount to understand the multicultural beliefs and working acceptance, respect, and negotiation of work to fulfill all missions to keep your country beautiful, Iran, all missions to keep your country beautiful and protect the people, all countries, Israel, to keep your land beautiful and protect the people. All lands across the nation, America, to keep your country beautiful and all the people. Saudi Arabia, to keep your country beautiful and all the people. That's working today, right today. And Russia, to keep your land beautiful and all the people. And protect the life of humanity and all of life, understanding and entering into the culture and the complexities of Islamic life and life of other dominant cultures and even third world countries is the pinnacle of delivering peace and liberty and evolution of well-being without war and safety and empowerment of humanity, knowing and planning intercultural communities of relationships side by side, brothers and sisters, side by side, brothers and sisters, of communities of relationships, of intercultural communities of relationships at professional levels and community levels, promotes the highest movement of life to allow what is formed in a culture, and will enable it to evolve to the best for humanity and the ecosystems. In the business, not at the top of the line, the people are at the top, not the systems of the polarity of the power of men wanted to overcome or women want to overcome nations as imperial nations. No, we need to come together because of the world forms and elite powers of many world controls. We need to not have an ego and open our heart. The more we open our heart and empower others, let me put this in, this is a new sentence. When we empower our sisters and brothers in our nation, we make our nation bigger and more beautiful. But when we bring death, we bring sorrow across our nation and bloodshed, and our hands are full with blood and death. But when we directly help our nation, so let's directly help our nation, Israel. Let's directly help our nation, Iran. Let's directly help our nation, America, in Saudi Arabia. Directly help our nation. No war, no nuclear war. Because of the world forums and elite powers and many world controls, some are forced to protect their nation. It is essential to integrate, assess, and develop relationships that serve its culture with the utmost justice and peace and protect the people first, and the children at the most urgent work. The children, the most urgent work. And look at the children today, what they've had to go through. Look at, save our children, save us, our children. We deserve to live. Look at, and the women and the children, all, and the military. Just like President Trump said, he doesn't want war in the military. Many a military died for us. Each one of us, EU, all across the nation, America, have protected us because these wars could be nuclear. Look at, we need to come into prayer to the God of Abraham and ask to give us a peaceful heart to negotiate and save the people, the Muslim, save the Jew, save the American, save the Palestine. I'm adding this into my speech here because this was written for applying to Oxford. There needs to be relationships and work and successes that have peace treaties to protect humanity. Peace treaties to protect humanity so there's no killings. And the child could be held by the father and the mother. Are you listening? There needs to be relationships and work and successes that have peace treaties to protect humanity at all levels. At all levels. At all levels. No nuclear. No nuclear needs to be protected. No nuclear. There should be economically. By prayer, you have many and you're right in the center. You're right in the center of there, and that's why I asked Saudi Arabia to help us to protect that area, because we don't want any nuclear warfare to come into your area, because you're right near Iraq, you're right near Afghanistan, you're right near EU, and your skies are not large. We don't want any nuclear. Hence, scholars and leaders alike need to negotiate and compassionate with wise and knowledge understanding to deliver accountability to truth. So we don't have the killings. We don't have the killings of the father carrying the arms of death, of life upon their country in their arms, in the arms of their heart. They can never forget. It's a scar upon the people to have war. Hence, scholars and leaders alike need to negotiate and compassionate with wise and knowledgeable understanding to deliver accountability. Accountability so the child could live together in happiness and bring peace upon the world for each country's culture, yet live in diversity of peace at the highest level of justice. And I know we could do this. I know that America could help us with this. President Trump, Israel, Netanyahu could help us. The Palestine, Hamas could help us. Iran could help us with this. Saudi Arabia could help us. That's why I asked Saudi Arabia to protect that area and come in and walk in, because he has a large area, and we want peace, and I don't want any death. And so the women could read again, and they could be happy and learn again, and they could be alive again. Women bear the children. Come on. It's time to come together and carry the child in your arms and give them a home and stop the war at this very moment and bring peace at this very moment. Bring peace at this very moment. This is very important right away. Many see the higher powers within our own country internationally have to set up mass destruction and control of people worldwide. Immediately, we need to protect our children across the world to see by human nature. By human nature, we have to protect our children right away. See, by human nature, humans were created to be free and live with the purpose of self-development, to develop children and to share with family and community, all in a relationship with God. You don't want your children to be scarred by the heart of the death of their comrades, their country. Netanyahu, President Trump, Iranian leaders, in Saudi Arabia. We could do this right away. God has given you the heart to flow with life. It's time now. God made humans with a specific intention of first substance of being, and when it is less, divine nature strikes. God demands justice. And of course, you know, China and Russia are not only that have problems, and I don't want to use the word diabolic because I want to be positive. And globalists and geopolitical powers, we need to stop now. We need to stop now. Iran and Israel need to come into peace. Peace. Controls technology like never before. I'm a geopolitical specialist, Lucia, and I gave you my chart. So it's complicated, but how can we solve this geopolitical economic controls? By bringing peace of love, peace so the woman could read again and live again in beauty, and the children could be happy and live and be saved and taken. We need to live in peace and come together in love. Let us come together in love right away. There has been no time in history that we have all these horrendous powers, horrifying powers. We cannot have any Hitlerian diabolism. We need to take it all off our hearts of all aspects of life, seeking a Holocaust. We need to stop this now immediately. We need to begin at the table of life, in the home, in the community, in the church, to stop communistic controls of wokeness, transgender, injustice against children. And the transgender could be an analogy of changing the life of a country that's supposed to be powerful, of love and flowing little waters. Self-sufficiency doesn't need to change what a country represents and to form it through war. We could do this. And how are we going to do this? We do not need to start wars anymore with darkness of the bitterness. Asking for your name to together with the commodities to stop the war. Same thing with Israel. This very moment, Iran and Hamas in America. Let us come together with a peace treaty and enter into negotiations in these massive controls. We need to work on this right away. No war at all. We cannot have any war. These great men, you're brilliant. God has chose you. God has chose you, great men. God has chose you, great men, right away. That's why Saudi Arabia to come in. I asked him to come in. And there's an Iran leader. Let us work together in understanding that we could make things perfect in God's will. President Trump in Saudi Arabia, Iran, let us work together. In Netanyahu, let us work together right away and work together in peace and negotiation. We could do this under the peace and the direction of the love in the heart of the people, of justice to protect the children. And so your heart is not scarred by the sword of death. You leaders are given the beauty of life. Your living, flowing countries have all you need at your fingertips to be saved in the midst of God's hand on you. That's why he's waiting. He's waiting to be patient. Don't lift up the sword of the blood of death upon your nation. Lift up the sword of truth, of beauty. Before you do anything, put your trust totally in God and do not in yourself, and then every plan you make will succeed. That's Proverbs 63. Before you do anything, put yourself trust totally in God, leaders. Israel, Iran, America, Russia, Hurricane, Saudi Arabia. Put your trust in God. God doesn't want the death upon your people in the marring and scarring of your heart. We are going to come together and work together in the beauty and love, working together to bring peace and negotiation. Peace and negotiation and peace. I ask you, my brother, my Iranian brother, let's bring peace and negotiation. I ask you and our Pope to pray for us at this very moment. I ask you, Iran, I ask you to come together in that love that you could overcome through the peace so we don't have the death of our people. Thank you so much. And Mary, I have to say, Mary. Mary is God's mother, Jesus Christ's mother, and she's watching over us. As Christian believers in America, she watched over President Washington at this time. She's asking you at this very moment to remember the woman that bears your child, that bears your people, that bears your child to grow, that bears every seed of life. Protect her. Thank you so much for your time at this time. And it's time for us to come together in peace and reconciliation. Thank you so much, brothers and sisters. Thank you, Netanyahu. Thank you, President Trump. Thank you, leader, my leader in Hurricane, and Putin, Zelensky. Thank you so much for your goodness, that you're going to come together in truth. I appreciate your time. God bless you. Once God has spoken, twice have I heard this. Strength belongs to God, to you, Lord, faithful love, strength of love, strength of love, strength of peace. And only through God's purpose can we come together in his truth, not in your own will, but God's will. Pray, each one of you leaders. You are chosen by God. You're chosen by God. Each one of you leaders are chosen by God. Each one of your leaders are chosen by God to protect your nation. Pray and do justice. Do justice at this time. Justice at this time you need. There is Deborah. Deborah, she is a woman of God in the Bible that asked to bring peace upon the nations. And that's what I asked today. I asked to bring peace upon the nations, peace upon the nations, peace upon the nations right away. Thank you so much. Peace upon the nations, peace upon the nations. Thank you.